Cassandra here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am just checking to make sure you can hear me before I get started um, on today's video. Okay, there's the video, and I can hear me. Perfect. All right, so if you read the description, then you know that, first of all, I am on a mission to empower at least 10 people to become debt-free by 2020. There's so much information out there that it is ridiculous that people these days are not able to get ahead of the debt that is accruing right now. I mean, I just heard that America is actually over 100% in debt. Like, it's more than the United States is taking in, which means we have more debt than we're bringing in, and that's not cool. So that mission was started last year, and so everything I've been doing this year up until now has been focused on that, and it still will be. But new opportunities have come up, new things have happened, because as I've been getting clear on this mission of mine, hey Cedric, thanks for joining. As I've been getting clear on this mission, I have begun to, it's kind of like blinders, right? When you are focused on something, you don't see anything else. You don't see this cool other thing over here. No, you're just focused. But when you, oh, it looks like I got disconnected. Oh well. I'll just have to repost this. But when you get fully focused, when you get just like right, up there, you don't see anything else. And so the problem with that is that if you think you're going in the right direction because you're not clear on where you're wanting to go, whether it's a job, business, relationship, you might miss that thing that you're supposed to be doing. And so it's hard for you to accomplish your goals because you don't know what they are, right? And so today, it's interesting. Hey, I hope I said this right. Ohaya, thanks for joining. And so the reason I came on today was because, like I said, some things have been happening in my life that have opened me up to opportunities to accomplish that mission. And let me just tell you what it's about. So for those of you that don't know, I have a day job in programming. I have a business in online marketing and digital marketing and the like, because I want to help entrepreneurs. And I'm learning forex because it's the one skill set I've ever found that allows you to create your dream life without having to be a salesperson. And most people don't want to be salespeople. They don't want to learn the skill set to be able to overcome objections and yada yada. But forex, you don't have to do any of that. You just learn a skill set and you implement it, and then you can potentially make money. Anyway, I'm not talking about forex today. I'm talking about getting clarity, because as I'm trying to work on my business and I'm spending a lot of time in it, I'm getting all my plans together, I'm getting clarity, something shows up. And it shows up in such a way that it was too big to ignore. I was approached by a company to provide training on the basics of what I do at my day job. And the offer was almost double what I get paid in a month from my day job for a week of my time. That is insane. And it forced me to see other opportunities with what I'm doing for my business, which is empowering other people to create success with what they want to accomplish. And I thought it was entrepreneurs, but I can continue to do that and be that for people, a coach for online marketing and social media and the like, and I will continue to do that. But I'm beginning to make that shift in my life where I may be bringing that on instead to focus on, because I did some SEO work and I found out that there are thousands of people looking to do what I'm already doing. So why does that matter? Like I said, I was listening to a podcast by Ryan Stewman, the hardcore closer, and it was just too perfect for what's going on in my life that I had to share this with you today. So if you don't know who Ryan Stewman is, go check him out. He's amazing. Don't get turned off by the hardcore closer thing. For those that know the colors, I'm a yellow, and so I was kind of turned off by it, but I try not to have prejudgments, right? I'm so glad I didn't. But go check him out. And I was listening to this podcast. It was number 65, and it's called Live a Life of Clarity. So, for example, people say they want to be rich and they want to be successful. They want to have a happy marriage, but they're not clear on what they want. They're not clear on how much money they want to make, the feelings that they have when they wake up to go to their job every day. They don't get clear on the people that they'll deal with, how exciting they're going to be, what kind of things they want to be introduced to with those. Oh, thank you so much, Cedric. I appreciate that. They don't get clarity on it. And so it's the same with relationships. A lot of people fall into the trap of, oh, I love you. Oh, I love you too. Let's get married. And they get married and realize it's not what they pictured for themselves because they didn't actually picture it beforehand. If you are with someone and you love them, there's some things that happen in your brain that make you more likely to overlook certain aspects about that person. But as you continue to grow in that relationship, you may still grow deeper and deeper in love, but you may also notice that, ooh, they have this trait about them that I don't know that I can live with, but I love them. And so you trick yourself into being with somebody that may or may not be the right person for you. So it's so important to get clarity on your relationships, your jobs, everything, right? You want to get out of that trap. I'm looking to the left here to make sure I stay on track and keep this short. Um, so yeah, you basically are trying to set or to put a round peg in a square peg in a round hole, and it just doesn't work. So think about it this way, and I loved how Ryan put this in his podcast. You have an idea of your business, right? Do you have an idea of your perfect spouse? It's so important to have the idea of your perfect spouse because if you don't, you're not putting yourself in a position for being with the right person. For example, if you don't think about the fact that you want someone who pushes you, who supports you, who amplifies who you are, you might find yourself falling for someone who talks down to you, who doesn't support you in your dreams, who says that they support you, but their actions and their words say otherwise. You have to be on top of that because, I'm not going there. I'm sure you get what I'm saying here. So no one's perfect though, right? But when you create that idea of who you want to be with or that job you want to have or whatever, if you put into that view of what it's supposed to be like, you expect it to not be perfect, right? Because it can't be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. But if you have an idea of what you will and will not accept and what you want for your life and the positive feelings that you want from that, you will attract it. That's part of the law of attraction. Okay. So let's see. I already said that. Okay, so another reason why people are unable to accomplish the goals that they seek because of not being clear. When you're not clear, it's because you don't know your calling. And most people don't know their calling. Some people don't find it until they're much later in life. But the more you go out and pursue what it is that you want to see in your life, more people, how you want to feel, you're going to be able to figure it out, right? Gary Vaynerchuk is well known for saying, go out and try a whole bunch of stuff, right? Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate that. You have to go out and try new things, but you also have to know what it is that you want for your end game. Right? My end game is to empower as many people as possible to create their dream life. My end game is building a what's called tiny apartment. It's basically it's smaller living areas, but you can move the walls and things like that, and it seems bigger. I want to create one of those for homeless people to give them a safe shelter, a place to eat, and an opportunity to get back on their feet and back out. With their own place. My end game is so much more than what I can do as just a regular employee. And so that's my end game, but I have to be clear on exactly how I want to create that. And as you're creating that clarity, you are able to make the steps and the decisions and back up yourself, right? Because sometimes we don't trust ourselves. Sometimes we make decisions and then we say, oh, I shouldn't have paid for that course, or oh, I shouldn't have gone whatever, right? But if you know your end goal, you know what you're clear on and what you want your life to be surrounded by, you can make those decisions much better. Okay. All right. So when you're not following your calling, right? Even as you're looking to find your calling, thank you so much, Cedric. I appreciate that. When you're looking to find your calling, but you're doing something that has nothing to do with what you want in your life, nothing to do with your end goal, nothing to do with what you feel passionate about, you will not recognize it, but you will have more pushback and more setback with what you're trying to do because it's not in alignment with who you are and what you're meant to be doing. Again, that's all part of finding out what is in alignment with who you are and where you want to go. Okay. Um, Another thing about clarity is that if you don't have clarity about the perfect spouse, the job, whatever, you won't even know if you have it when you get it, right? Because you didn't have it in your mind that I want to have a job where I do X, Y, and Z and I help these people and that people. Well, maybe you're in that job, but you're so focused on something that you don't like about that job that you forget that, oh, this other stuff over here that I didn't even know I wanted, I'm not even focusing on because I'm focusing on this negative thing. And the more you focus on negative, you're going to get more negative. So all that good stuff that could have helped you figure out that you wanted, right? You've blocked yourself from it. It's those blinders, right? Um, let's see. So another thing that Ryan Stewman shared that I just love is that the force of average, and go to, I think his website's forceofaverage.com. Go to force of average wants to keep you average. It wants to keep you not at your peak, right? So it wants to keep you distracted. And distraction, the opposite of distraction is focus. But you have to be focused, excuse me, you have to be clear on what you want in order to be focused. Otherwise, you're going to be, looking to the left, looking to the right, not really knowing what you're doing, okay? Um, when you start getting clear, then you will begin to be able to create that which you're seeing for yourself and for your family and for your life. Because as Ryan Stewman said, law of attraction is real because the mind, whatever you focus on, the mind will get it. Whatever your mind focuses on, it gets it. It's hard not to get it because that's what you want, what it might be required to get there, and so you can recognize when you have to do it, right? So finally, be decisive. Go out, take action. Once you get clear on what you want, take action. And if you hear that little voice in your head saying, "Oh, well, you're not enough," or "Who would want to do whatever," or "Why," quiet that voice. There's a reason you're here, and you have to trust your instincts. Because when you get clear on what you want, and you get clear on how you're going to feel when as you are living that, your brain will start to focus on how it can achieve more of that. So thank you so much for watching. Hi, Glenda. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Again, my name is Cassandra, aka the Prosperous Heart from www.prosperousheart.com. And again, if you liked what you saw today, please share this with someone. If you're watching this on Facebook, there should be a live button somewhere on here. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, click on the subscribe. But like I said, I'm on a mission to empower at least 10 people to become debt-free by 2020. If that resonates with you, please send me a message. Leave a comment down below, whatever way to get in contact with me and find out how I can empower you to do that. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful and prosperous rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.